Hey guys, in today's news, how do you know what's true?
Well, obviously by the news. In last week's episode, we looked at stories that the mainstream media failed to.
And in this week's episode, we look at the stories that they do cover, but they only cover a very small amount, the amount that's in their interest. The information from that news story, which isn't directly in their interest, is either ignored or manipulated.
Right, so now you've made such a statement. Surely you need evidence, don't you? Right, I'm right, aren't I? You need evidence.
You are absolutely right, and we do have evidence. Evidence number one is the Charlie Hebdo march.
Well, what about it? The world leaders, they came together to be part of the crowd, to be with the protesters, to show unity, right? That's what...
It would seem like that, from the way the media has constructed it. Okay, for example, they spent 24 seconds on these establishing shots, which we can show on the screen now. Yeah. 24 seconds on these shots, okay? So, as you can see, there are protesters as far as your eyes can see. Okay, there's so many, it's over 1.3 million as is clearly stated on the screen. But when they show the world leaders, they show it for 6.66 seconds. Now let's contrast that. 24 seconds to 6.66 seconds. I think personally, something's up here. Something's definitely up. And when they show the world leaders, they show it from a standing image, a standing perspective. Okay, so not the aerial shots as you've seen previously, but from a ground perspective. I think there's a very, very vicious reason for that. The media wants us to think that these world leaders, and I use that term very loosely, but these supposed world leaders are part of us, that they're part of our crowd, that they understand where we're coming from, that they're empathetic with our problems, that they're one of us. That's what they want us to think.
But well, they are one of us, aren't they? If they're doing such a big thing, coming together to be with the crowd, then they are one of us, right? Surely.
No, I'm sorry. Look at this picture now. This was a leaked photo. They do not want you to see this image, okay? The heartbreaking thing is that they took this as a photo opportunity, okay? They don't care about Charlie Hebdo. They don't care about you and me. They don't care about the 42 Islamophobic incidents that took place after the Charlie Hebdo attack, which included gunshots being fired at families, pig heads being thrown into masjids. They don't care about any of that. All they care about is their own image, and that's terrifying. Look at the title. Look at the title of the video that was used, okay? This is deliberately misleading. It says, World Leaders Rally for Unity with Crowd of Over 1 million. Please tell me, were they with a crowd of over 1 million?
Well, to me, and especially to most of the viewers as well, to me, with the images that were merged together, yeah, clearly you can see, yeah, okay, there's 1 million people behind them. But then when you see the leaked photo that came out and just saw the overview, the aerial shot of just the leaders and just them together and a guarded street, it made me think that why they're doing this? Why do you think the media are doing this? And it's not right, is it?
It's just completely wrong. They don't want people to know the truth behind the lines and behind the lies. But that's what we're here to do.
Yeah. So we know it was a guarded street, but the question is, why is it a guarded street? Why would you lie to the public? Because I'm sure the viewers might want to know why this might have happened.
I believe that if these world leaders were one with the public, if they were open and accessible by the public would attack them. Okay, in particular, they would attack Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
But okay, then you've said that. Now you need to explain it. Because these are respectable figures. In the international community. They're fair enough. They weren't with the crowd and stuff, but they still believe in peace and humanity, and they believe in taking care of one another.
Well, let's clear this up. First and foremost, they're not even respected figures in the international community. You look at Turkish Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoglu, and just recently he compared Benjamin Netanyahu to the terrorists who carried out the Paris massacre. He basically said that Netanyahu is a terrorist, just like the terrorists of the Paris massacre. He said that neither of them believe in humanity, neither of them care for the sanctity of life, okay? They're both as bad as each other. Through the 8th of July and the 27th of August 2014, 2,100 Palestinians were massacred under the order of President Netanyahu on the Gaza Strip.
In the Quran, it says in Surah Baqarah chapter 2 verse 11, it says, and when it is said to them, do not cause corruption on the earth, they will say, but we are reformers. So that's a good example. That links in with Netanyahu saying that he's causing corruption on the earth by killing people.
Yeah, he was on the front line of that march. He was basically saying, yeah, look, we are against terrorism. Okay, we are reformers. We are the face of the new era of humanity. And yet, he's causing mischief.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he's murdered.
And to even back that up in the Hadith in Al-Bukhari, it says power and authority will be given to the wrong people. He's a perfect example, of power. He doesn't deserve the power because he's mistreating it. He's killing innocent people for no reason. Exactly. So I think that the Hadith has come true because he's one of the many examples of the world leaders that that don't deserve that power because they're mistreating it. They don't have that right. I don't think.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. 3, 2, 1. Go.
If the media decides that Muslims are the enemy, they have the power, the money, the technology to influence billions around the world.
And the problem is that this power is not in the hands of the socially responsible, rather it's in the hands of corporate interests. Malcolm X saw this and he said that if you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating those who are oppressed and loving the oppressors.